Hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leathercraft, and this is the Leather Element. If you have a question we can answer, drop it in the comment box below. We'll do our best to get a quality answer back to you. But at the same time, good idea for a Leather Element. Drop it in that same box. And let me say right now, thank you for taking the time there. We have got a bunch of great ideas coming in. Now this week, we're going to talk a little bit about budget and how it relates to our English point round in and oblong. It's a question we get a lot, and we've all been in this boat ourselves. Because as a crafter, it's hard to justify buying 3, 4, or 5 each of 3 tools. Now, our master tools, affordable, beautiful tools, and high quality. But at the same time, that kind of a bill can stack up. Get those when you can. But also our seasoned professionals, we may have the full set. But here's the problem. I'm working on a gun rig, or a Santa belt, or maybe even a weightlifting belt, and I need a 3-inch oblong, or a 3-inch round end, or English point. Well, they're probably out there, but they're going to be expensive, and it's going to be hard to justify that purchase because I'm only going to use those on a couple of projects. So what we need to do is find a way around using these tools. But also at the same time, if we only have a couple of sizes, there's a way we can make those work for us as well. So I've got a setup over here. Let's step over here and take a look at each of these 3 tools. All right, let's start with our English point because this is the easiest one. So with this, I've got a 3-inch strap. All I'm going to do is take just some packing paper, fold that over. Let's see, in fact, there's a better meat right there. And I'm going to take my knife. Now, with this, I can always use a French curve to cut that if I'm not comfortable freehanding that. But let's just freehand it for now. Let's make a good, easy transition out. And again, I'm starting from my fold. Well, that looks pretty cool. We've got a good English point. Because we folded that, it's symmetrical on both sides. Now, width-wise, let's take a quick peek at that because this is important. Right here, I've got a 2-inch wide strap, so I've come in 2 inches. To me, that's a little bit too long on my tip. On the other end, got a 2-inch wide, and I've come in 1 inch, basically cut that in half. To me, that's a little short. It's your strap, your call, what looks good to you. But right here, 2 inch, and this is taken from the actual tool, the tool maker there, coming in about 1 1/4 inches. Now, all right, over to our oblong. This one is a little bit more difficult to get it just right, but we can do it. There's 2 ways to work here. Now, I've got a little chart here. Basically, this is to show us the width of our oblong because the tool maker is going to take into account the strap we're cutting. So up here at 2 inches, that's almost a 3/8 inch width. But when we jump down to our 1/2 inch, we're less than 1/8 inch wide. All right, so with that, let's just cut an oblong here. So I'm going to drop in a round end, drop in a second. Now I'm going to cut between these. And this can be a little bit tough to make it look good, but let's give it a shot. So on this side, I'm going to get as close to the edge of my holes as I can. And let's don't cut all the way. Let's cut through. Let's come over to the other side, same thing. I'm going to try to get as close to the edge of the hole as possible. All right. Now let's flip that around. This is by no means a perfect way to go. It'll work. In fact, most of this we're actually bending backwards, so we'll only see about half of that. There we go. Okay, so there's an oblong. It's not bad. We're going to bend that back this way. So, all told, we can do that. The second thing we can do here is we can step our oblong. So say I only have 1 oblong and I need a longer hole. So I can punch 1 and then step that so I can make a longer hole. In fact, if I want to, I can step that again. Well, that's pretty clean. Again, not perfect, but not bad. Very cool. All right, so ways around that one. Now over to our round end. This is exactly like our English point. What I've done here is with some of our plastic sheeting, I've taken a template. If you don't have a template, worry not. In fact, that's 1 1/2 inches. I can drop that on, trace that, cut it out, and that makes an excellent pattern. Again, if I'm careful there, I can actually cut from that. So English point, oblong, round end, the right tool is always the best way to go. But if we don't have the exact size or the tool at all, there are ways to work around that. Well, I hope that's good information for you. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for taking time to watch The Leather Element. And also, thanks for taking time to send in some great ideas. We're going to do our best to get some good elements together for you. Good luck with your projects.